Hello, citizens and friends of Pontiac. I am your mayor, Mayor Deirdre Waterman, and I'm here because I want to be in contact with you about important happenings in Pontiac. And I'm making this announcement today because of something that concerns all of us. Certainly, safety and security of the residents I consider as a prime responsibility of my role as mayor, and also one of the things that we want to make sure that we can assure our residents about. Many of you are aware of a cause of concern in our community this month, the first month of January 2018, and we have had a sudden uptick in violent crime in the city, including five murders, unfortunate murders in the city. This is of grave concern to me and of course to you, and that is the reason for my address today. I want you to know, first of all, that the city reaches out to the families that have been involved in this violence. It's not just the persons who have been taken away from us for violent and unknown reasons, but also for the many around them who love them, who dealt with them, who did business with them, who are also affected by this grave loss. And we want to reach out to each and every one of you who have been affected by this and say, we're very sorry for your loss. And as mayor of the city, I am bringing this address so I can tell you the things that we are having and doing in the city to make sure we restore that sense of safety and security and to address this problem. You know, Pontiac has accomplished much in the last number of months, couple of years, and we're proud of that. We're also proud of the fact that Pontiac was one of the most violent cities. We were in the top 10 at one time, and with the help of the programs brought in by the sheriff's deputies, the sheriff's department, that we had decreased that ratio of violent crime, and we are no longer even in the top 100. And we had noted that decrease in crime in recent times up until this month, when we noticed a sudden uptick. And so that is why I'm bringing this message to you and telling you the things that we are doing to address that. Immediately, I contacted the Captain Miller, who is the chief of the Pontiac substation for the sheriff's office. And we are having a dialogue, so we want to know if they see any trends or reasons for this uptick in violence. And I also want to know how the sheriff's deputies are addressing that here in Pontiac. So one of the dialogues we will have, and unfortunately, Sheriff Miller could not be with us today because of another incident that's going on as we speak in terms of an active shooter in Pontiac. So he had to give that his utmost attention. But we are proceeding with making sure that the sheriff's deputies have addressed this problem, and some of the things that we are going to be discussing with them and to monitoring is that we do have an increase in community policing and presence of the police in our communities, particularly in problem areas. We know that the presence of the policing staff often is a deterrent to crime, and particularly at these times when we are particularly challenged by crime, we want to make sure that that is a tactic that they are continuing to utilize. As you remember, the last time we renewed the contract with the Sheriff's Department, the administration did increase the sheriff's capacity by increasing the numbers of police officers here in our community, including 2 that were to be dedicated particularly to community policing and patrolling our neighborhoods. The other things that we are doing in this community that we are addressing to help to control this spate of crime is to make sure that we are addressing the community concerns, and to that end there are several community meetings that we will be a part of that I want you to know about. Here at City Hall there will be a Town Hall anti-violence meeting on February the 8th, which is a Thursday evening starting at 5 p.m. There will be speakers addressing the concerns of the citizens and anti-violence statements. Also, there will be a town hall directed particularly at young people, so that they can express their concerns, because sometimes this violence is particularly addressed to our younger population. That will be February 15th, starting at 12:45, and that will be at Pontiac High School. So we will have various officials, experts, and I certainly will be there, so that we can, as a community, confront and address the problems that we are facing, as well as potential solutions. Among the solutions, we want to state the obvious, that we're going to continue to give community support and provide activities for our young people, to have them have wholesome activities, and that's what our youth recreation programs are about. We want to continue, as I said, our community policing push to make sure the most troublesome areas are patrolled more vigilantly. We also want to make sure that as community leaders, in particular in our community meetings, that we're observing these rhetoric and that is anti-violent and that is not conflict-ridden. I think we as community leaders have a responsibility to set the tone in our communications, in our council meetings and other places, to make sure that we are responsible in this way we use our rhetoric and that are using helpful dialogue as opposed to conflict-ridden dialogue. We also want to make sure that we have our streets and roads tended to, and we have an accelerated budget this year to repair our roads for safer driving on our streets. So those are among the things that we are doing and that you can expect in this community. But I wanted to assure you that this is an issue that concerns me, that we want to address, and I speak on behalf of not only myself as mayor, but certainly all of the executive staff, all of the people that I have put in positions of responsibility, as well as I'm sure we're having dialogues with the council people as well, including our council president, Kermit Williams, as well as our pro tem, Randy Carter, and the other 5 council people who serve you. So I hope you will find some solace in the fact that we are dealing with this issue as a community, that Pontiac is a proud community, and that safety and security are of utmost concern to us. I want you to know that, and I want you to know that you can reach out to my staff as underlying that policy, and we'll continue to work with our safety department, our sheriff's department, and with all of our officials until we are again happy with the results of the kind of crusades and activities we're doing to make Pontiac a safe, attractive place for all the citizens, friends, and visitors.